Today I will be trying to introduce the idea of using Cuisenaire rods to introduce multiplication in groups of. So to begin, you'd want to know that you have a 1 through 10 with the rods with unit values. I'm going to place a standard with this before we start. Interpret the factors and products in a whole number multiplication equations. Another thing that we would need to know when we start is how we're going to read our number sentence. So here we have 4 times 5, but for the sake of using rods, we want to say 4 groups of, and then 5. So that's how we'd like our students to read it. So to represent that, we would show 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 groups of 5. So now the student would easily be able to see with using the 10 rods that 4 times 5 is equal to 20. Given another problem, let's say we wanted to do 2 times 6, or saying 2 groups of 6. So we would know, or take our 6 rods, our 10, and then the students may try to find a unit to make them as equal as possible. They may pick up a 3 or a 4 to begin with, but eventually we'd want our students to quickly realize that it's equal to 12. While these are small groups, we can even go into larger groups of something times 8 times 3, so 8 groups of 3. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And while students may pick up one, and they pick up another, so now they know it's 20. They're not far off, and we'd hope that our students would pick up a 4 and 24. Now, when we have extra room at the end like this, students may take a while to figure out what's going to fit next, but in the end all goal, we want the students to see 8 times 3 is the same as 24. Another idea we might be able to help with the rods in introducing multiplication is a property, as we all know, the commutative property. To begin, we had 4 times 5, 4 groups of 5. Commutative property says we are allowed to do 5 groups of 4, and we should get the same answer. So given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the student should easily be able to see we're still equal to 20. If needed, you could also go back to your 4 groups of 5, 2, 3, 4, where students could see that 4 groups of 5 is equal to 20, as well as 5 groups of 4 is equal to our 20. Just to give one more representation of that, is we also said 2 groups of 6, we could go 6 groups of 2, So I'm going to start with our 2 groups of 6. I'm also going to place our 12 right underneath that, just so I can show the 6 groups of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this also allows the students to see that 2 groups of 6 is equal to 12, as well as our 6 groups of 2 being equal to 12. Now these rods are good manipulative tools to do an introduction to multiplication, and hopefully you'll be able to implement this in your classroom.